Here we have a Luxman. It's a Luxman tuner preamplifier system remote control center TP114. Right now I'm using a CD input on it. I have it hooked up to a mono amplifier, which the CD player and the mono amplifier do not come with it. This is just for the Luxman tuner preamplifier with the original remote control. As you watch, I turn up the volume. It kicks up the volume. If I press the volume on the remote, it turns it up and down in the front. Now I do have it hooked up to a mono amplifier. If I do the balance, turn it towards the right, that's the right side. If I turn the amplifier input one, see it kills it. And if I turn it to the left, see the sound comes back. If I flip the input of my mono amplifier again, see it kills the sound. And I turn it back to balance and to the right, it turns it back on. So both channels are working. I just don't have a stereo amplifier to hook it up to right now. You can see all buttons and knobs are present. It has, oh, that's just a hair. It has a little bit of marks right here. And I'm not sure if that'll wash off or not. Let me turn up the volume so you can go to FM now.
And more holiday time with your family.
There's no antenna hooked up right now to compare tunes and channels.
That's the price of any local competitor's print ad for an identical product.
Let's go to AM. I'm not sure what AM stations right here come in. So I'm trying a whole bunch of different stations. There isn't an AM antenna hooked up. I'm hoping to find an AM station for you. Give me one moment. I have a piece of wire here I'm going to hook up as an AM antenna real quick to try to get a station to come in. Give me one moment. Hooking a piece of wire up to it. As you can see, I got an AM channel to come in right away. You can see the tuning level.
In their bowl game, or do they?
As you can see, the AM radio does work. The FM isn't as picky. I don't have an antenna hooked up at all, and it still gets channels. This is a loudness button and subsonic. We have bass and treble. We have store, FM mono, preset scan, muting, record out, select. You have multiple different selections. We have FM, AM, tape 1, tape 2, AV, CD, phono, or auxiliary. As you can see, the remote is a decent size. If you know anything about stereo systems, Luxman's tuner/preamps are not cheap. Let me turn it around so you can get a good look at the back. Now to get sound to come in, you have to have a cable running from signal processor out to in. That's if you have a signal processor, you can hook it up right there. Since I don't have one, I have to jump right across to get the sound to come out. If you look, I have a CD player hooked up, and I have the variable output, and there's also a fixed output. We have external remote sensor hookups, and there's a repeater hookup. Look, we have 2 switched and 1 unswitched outlet. We have phono auxiliary switch. You can do whichever you want. We have the AM antenna. If you look, I have a wire hooked up to it now, and the FM antenna is right beside it, which is like a screw-on cable like you use from like the cable company to an antenna. Here's another remote control for tape 1. There's serial out. The remote control has the battery back. The remote is in working order. From what I was looking up, these pre-tuners were about between $700 to $1,000 when they were new, when they were bought brand new. Let me switch the input again on my tube amp so you can hear that it's still going. Both outputs are still working strongly. Let me go to CD. Balance for the. Let me kick the input over on my amp. As you can tell, both outputs are working. The remote works, as you can tell. Now if I hit FM on the remote, it takes it to FM. Hit CD on the remote, it takes it to CD. It's really rare to find one of these with the original remote. Like I said, the CD player doesn't come with it. This is just for the tune amp. Pre-tuner with the remote control. No RCA cables come with it. It comes with the original power cord and remote only. Thank you for looking and happy bidding.